30th of June, Rabbi Moore Parsha of Hashavua with Rashi. Starting in a minute.
Okay. Oops. Okay. Yeah. Let's go. Oh, wait a second. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Good, good, good. Okay. We're up to Pasuk Ches, Tes. I think, May, it's your turn. You're in the middle of reading.
Okay, so let's see. Tet, tet. Okay, very good. It says, let's see. V'yasaf ish tahor et efer apara v'hiniach michutz l'machaneh b'makom tahor v'haita le'adat b'nei Yisrael l'mishmeret l'mei nida chatat hi. Okay, so it says, let's see, a pure man will get a safka is collect, I guess.
We'll gather.
Gather the ashes of the cow and place them outside the camp in a pure place.
Right.
Okay, and it will be for the assembly of Israel.
The congregation, the
The
children of Israel.
congregation. Okay.
Lemishmeres.
To guard?
Well, for safekeeping.
Safekeeping. Okay.
You
me
should
for
kept
the
something for future durers.
Oh, okay. Okay, so for the water,
The main nida, as the Rashi is going to explain, is not from the word nida as a woman who is in her state of menstruation.
mhm.
Main nida means from Russian to throw, to sprinkle.
Oh, to sprinkle. Okay. Chatat. It's a purifier. Huh.
Yes, chatasi, it is a purifier.
Okay.
Rashi explains.
Okay. V'hiniach michutz l'machaneh. So he places it outside the camp. L'shlosha halakim nechalka. He divides it into three parts. Echad natan behar mishcha. One he puts on the mountain of mishcha, the oil. Oh,
It's really what we call the Mount of Olives.
Mount of Olives. Okay. Echad mitchalech l'chol ha-mishmarot. And one is divided to all the watches. I guess it was 24.
I wouldn't say watches, I used a different word, I think. different groups, different
groups. That's the 24 groups, right?
types of Kohanim.
Okay. Ve'echad Natan Bachel. Okay, and when he puts in
The Chayil, part of the, this was part of the, around the Azara, around the wall of the Beis Hamikdash, there was called a Chayil. Okay, a note over here, I'll tell you. The Holy Temple was built on Har Habayis. Within this area, 10 amas away from the wall of the Azara, was a latticed wooden fence, 10 tfachim high, called the Soreg. Okay, that's why it's called the Soreg. The area between the Soreg and the Azara was called the Chayil.
Oh.
Of its 10 amas width, 6 were taken up by the 12 steps leading to the Ezes Noshim, the larger courtyard between the Holy Temple. The ash was stored in a stone jar and was placed between the Ezes Noshim, so it was placed before the Ezes Noshim. Okay?
Okay.
It's all based on the Mishnayos in Maseches Parsha.
Okay. As a shell, okay, Mishmeret. So this part of the watches, Haya Chutz Lazara, was outside the courtyard. Litomi Manu B'nei Ayarot V'Kol Hatzrichin Lehitaher. Okay, so that Litol. What the people of the city
for the people of the cities, for the towns all around.
Okay.
I said one of the priestly groups was placed outside the Azor for the townspeople and anyone else who needed to be purified to take from it.
Oh, okay. V'zeh shebahar hamishcha.
The one that was on the Mount of Olives.
Mount of Olives. Kohanim gedolim lifarot acharot mikadshin hemna. Okay, so the
was used by future high priests for any subsequent Parah Adumah. They would sanctify it from this original, from the ashes.
of
the ashes were from the original Parah Adumah were used to sanctify. It's like I call it like a starter pack. It was like a starter to sanctify the ashes of any future Parah.
Oh, okay. V'zeh shebechiel. This was part of the chel.
No, v'zeh shebechiel, and the one that was in the chel.
Oh, okay.
Was kept for safekeeping.
Okay, Migazirat HaKatuv, as the Torah decrees, Shnei as it says, Vayta Adat B'nei Yisrael L'Mishmeret. Okay, so it should be for the Assembly of Israel
for
safekeeping. Okay. And then, okay, this is what you said before. Lemini da. Lemi achazaya.
Lemay.
Okay, and this water was for sprinkling. Kamo the yadu Evan Key. B. Okay, and
they cast a stone at me.
At me. Oh, okay, from Echa. Okay. Yadot et karnot hagoyim. And
To cast the horns of
cast
the
away
nation.
the horns of the nations. Wow. Lashon zrika, so it means throwing.
Right.
Okay, and then it says chatat, who? Oh,
Chatot.
he. Yeah, right, it's feminine. Okay, so it's a purifier. Lashon chitui. The word chatat connotes purifying. Peshuto, its simple meaning. Ulefi hil kotav, according to its law, kira'ah hakatuv chatat. Okay, so the Torah calls it
Sin offering.
a sin offering, chatat. Okay, lomar shehi b'kadashim. Say that it's like that which is holy. Elihi aser b'hana'ah. Laser, to forbid, I guess.
So they should become forbidden to derive benefit from it.
To derive benefit from it. Okay. That's the end of Pasuk.
Because it's not actually a korban, it's not actually a sacrifice. What Adam is there, the purpose is it's burnt and its ashes are used to purify. But so therefore, that's what the pasuk tells you over here. It's chatosi, that it's also to be used for any other purpose besides as a purifier.
Okay.
Okay, let's go on to the next pasuk. It was actually pasuk test. There's no Rashi actually till Yud base, but let's do pasuk test. Lu, pasuk Yud.
V'chi bes ha-osef es afer ha-para es v'gadav v'tamei ad ha'arev v'haisa livnei Yisrael v'lager hagar besocham lechukas olam. The one who gathers the ash of the cow shall immerse his clothing and be impure until evening. It shall be for the children of Israel and for the convert who dwells among them as an eternal statute.
Everlasting statute.
Hanogea b'meis l'chol nefesh adam b'tamei shiv'as yamim. Let's see. Whoever touches a corpse of any human soul shall be impure for a 7-day period.
Right.
Okay, no Rashi on that one. Hu yischata vo bayom hashlishi uvayom hashvi'i yit har ve'im lo yischata bayom hashlishi uvayom hashvi'i lo yithar. He shall purify himself with it on the 3rd day, and on the 7th day he shall be pure. But if he will not purify himself on the 3rd day and on the 7th day, he will not be pure.
He will not become pure. It says, actually, this is a very This is actually a very difficult pasuk to translate because ostensibly the halacha is that he has to purify himself with the ashes on the third day and the seventh day. The problem is, if you read the first part of the pasuk as is, it sounds as follows: He shall purify himself with the ashes on the third day, and on the seventh day he will. So the question is, will he? He will be. If you translate, he will become pure. It sounds you only need a sprinkling of the third day, and on the seventh day he'll become pure. But the second half of the pasuk says, if he does not purify himself on the third day and on the seventh day, lo yitah, he will not become purified.
So Rashi says, "Hu yischata bo ve'efer ha-para," with the ash of the cow.
Wow. Wow.
What does Rashi want with this? I mean, what's Rashi adding? Rashi is bothered by the fact it uses a masculine. Hu yischata boy. Now, if it's referring to the cow, it says hu yischata bo.
Uh-huh.
So Rashi points out what's masculine over here are the ashes of the cow.
Oh, Afer. Oh.
Afer is masculine.
Uh-huh.
Okay?
Okay, so Paran.
Yeah. Okay, let's go on to Pasuk Yud Gimel now.
Okay, so it says, Kol hanogea b'met b'nefesh, ha'adam asher yamut, v'lo yitchata et mishkan Hashem, timei v'nikrita הנפש ההיא מישראל, כי מי נידה לא זורח עליו, טמא יהיה עוד טומאתו בו. Wow. Okay, so let's see. Whoever touches, okay, a dead body, Nefesh Adam, a human soul, okay, who would die or who will die.
Anybody who comes in contact with a corpse
Okay, and
of
did
a
not
human
purify
being
himself.
who dies,
Mm-hmm. And he will not purify himself. Okay. And so he made a dwelling place of Hashem impure. And
he has defiled the dwelling of Hashem.
okay.
And therefore,
And
that soul will be cut off
from Israel, because this sprinkling water was not thrown on him.
Was not sprinkled on him.
Okay.
He will remain.
So he's impure,
Tomei,
and his impurity is still on him.
Right.
Okay. So let's see. It says, B'meit nefesh. Okay, so that's the dead body, human soul. The ezemate, which
Which
dead
dead,
body?
right? Which
Shel
corpse?
nefesh ha'adam, of a human soul. Oh,
Means
oh,
a human corpse.
corpse.
Dafka human corpse causes this tumor.
Oh, okay. Lahotzi nefesh behema,
Food,
to exclude the soul of the animal. She'ain tumatat tzricha haza'ah. Okay, so let's see. So the impurity does not require the sprinkling.
right? Its impurity does not require sprinkling.
Mhm.
Meaning, somebody who comes in contact with a nevela, a carcass of a dead animal, so he becomes tome, but he doesn't require sprinkling on the third and seventh day with the ashes of the paraduma. He
Oh,
just requires immersion in a mikveh, and the following evening he already becomes tar.
uh-huh. Okay, davar acher, another
Explanation.
thing. Benefesh, it's a human soul. Zo revi'it dam. It's a revis of blood.
Right. Meaning to tell you, that's why it says, that's why it has to tell you, benefesh adam, meaning even if it's not a body, right? It's not a, how do you call it, corpse. Doesn't come in contact with the corpse. All he comes in contact with is a revius quantity of blood that already
Oh,
makes it tummy.
so
So
that's
it's
like
come into
part of,
contact with benefesh adam, with the soul of a human being, which means, Chazal say that even a revius of human blood has the, shall we say, like the soul of the human in it, and therefore it already has a din of tome mace.
uh-huh. Wow.
By the way, I mean, it's sort of connected to this, but mamash, but chas v'sholem, if somebody is killed in whatever the circumstances, one has to bury the blood of the person who's been killed together with him. So it's
Uh-huh.
one of the major tasks, which is not a pleasant task, but either way, is of Zaka, right? And I don't know if you know what Zaka is. They're people who they take care of the corpses of the people Chas v'Shalom killed, various whatever the sons, even in car accidents, whatever. But one of the major jobs is that they collect any blood from the person who has been killed, and they, as much as possible, they bury the blood with the whatever articles are stained with blood. They bury that together with the person who's been killed.
Wow. Huh.
Okay.
Okay.
As Mishkan Hashem Timei.
Okay. So he made the dwelling place of Hashem impure. Wow.
How so? I mean, the pasuk
Okay.
sounds like if your person comes in contact with a corpse, he right, and he thereby becomes Tomei, and he doesn't
Mhm.
purify himself,
Oh,
then he defiles the dwelling of Hashem.
right. Nichnas lazara. So when he enters the courtyard,
If he goes into the Azara, into the
right.
courtyard. But if he does, I
Okay.
mean, just his mere fact that he becomes Tomei doesn't make anything, doesn't defile the Beis Hamikdash, doesn't defile the Mishkan. It's only Dafka if he enters the Azara in a
Oh,
state of impurity.
afilu b'tvilah, even if he did
immersed
Mhm.
himself in a mikveh, but below hazor shlishi ushvi, meaning somebody, what happened was somebody came in contact with a corpse,
Mhm.
and therefore he's got to, the Torah tells us over here, he's got to have the mixture of the ashes with water, has to have it sprinkled on him on the third and seventh day. And on the seventh day, he goes to mikveh as well. And when it comes the evening, the seventh day, he becomes pure. But what happens if he didn't have the ashes of the parah adumah sprinkled on him? Even though he went to mikveh before the end of the seventh day,
Okay.
the fact that now it becomes sunset of the seventh day does not make him tar. He does not become pure, does not become tar with the sunset of the seventh day, because he didn't have the ashes of the parah adumah sprinkled upon him.
Oh, okay.
The pasuk is telling you here. So as it says, "Shmish Hashem Timei im nechnas la'azara, afilu b'tfila," even though he immersed himself in a mikveh, but below hazor shlishi ushvi, he did not have himself sprinkled upon on the third and seventh day with the ashes of the parah adumah.
Uh-huh.
So we say, Oid Tuma Soy Voy, his Tuma is still with him.
Wow. Okay. Alpha P Shetaval, even though he did immerse himself.
Right.
Hmm.
Okay. I think we have time for just one more pasuk. Famous pasuk. Pasuk Yudalit, pasuk 14. Lou?
Zos HaTorah Adam ki yamus be'ohel kol haba el ha'ohel v'chol asher ba'ohel yitma shiv as yamim. This is the teaching regarding a man if he will die in a tent. Anyone who enters the tent and anyone who is in the tent shall be impure for a 7-day period. Rashi says, Kol haba el ha'ohel ba'od she ha'mes b'socho, while the corpse is still inside it.
Right. Meaning the corpse is only going to exude Tuma when it's still in this building.
Uh-huh.
Oil means any, actually doesn't mean any covering, any canopy. Means it. Right? Somebody dies, let me see how I translated it. No, it's not in a tent. Most people translate a tent, but that's not a accurate translation. Yeah, if a man dies in a covered building, that's how I translated it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I think we'll hold it here. We got up to Pasuk 14. We did Pasuk 14. We're up to
Right.
Pasuk 15.
Okay. Very
Very
good.
good.
Have a good afternoon, Rabbi Moore.
Thank you. Have a good afternoon, everybody.